Okay, hopefully you feel good about the quiz. You did well. You remembered the law of sines, law of cosines. Your calculator was in degree mode, and you felt very confident. So our last section is very short and sweet. Doesn't take a lot of mental energy. There's two more formulas, and these are both used to find the area of a triangle. So the first one is in the case of SAS. So side, angle in between, and then side. So two sides and the angle in between. So it'd be something like this, right? If we had C, A, B, this is side A, this is side B, this is side C. Then to find the area, it's 1/2 AB sine of angle C. So see, the key is knowing that these two sides, A and B, are the two sides that surround the angle that you're going to plug into this equation. So C is the angle in between these two sides. Now, why is that? Well, it goes back to the fact that the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay, if we said our base is letter A, so in this case, what we don't know is the height, but we know our base. So it's A times height divided by 2. Well, our height can be calculated by using SOHCAHTOA, right? So here's our hypotenuse, here's our height right here, and here's this angle that was given. So how can we find the height? Well, sine of angle C equals height divided by hypotenuse. Solve for my height, so I multiply each side by B. So my height equals B sine C. So I'm replacing height with B sine C. So that's A times B sine C divided by 2. And what do you know? That is this formula right here. So it's the same thing. It's base times height divided by 2, except we don't know the height because it's a non-right triangle. How do you calculate the height? Well, this is how you calculate the height, and so there you go. You don't have to memorize this. You don't have to derive this formula. I'm just showing you for those of you that are interested. Now the other formula is for side, side, side. So sometimes it's called Hero's formula, and you have to first calculate S. S is 1/2 times the sum of A plus B plus C, where A, B, and C are the side lengths, and then you just plug it into this equation. So let's try it. Number 1, you have find the area of the triangle ABC. If B is 5, C is 8, and A is 115 degrees. So here's my letter A, that's 115 degrees. So B is 5, C is 8. So it's side angle side. Therefore, I'm going to use the area equals 1/2 the two sides times sine of the angle that's in between them. So I'm going to grab my calculator, plug it in, and I get the area is 18.13. That's it. Triangular garden, you might want to pause now and try these last two on your own. So pause, try them on your own. It's nothing super tricky, and then you can check your answers as soon as you're done. Or let me just write this. I believe the answer to number 2 is 282.84 meters squared. And I believe the answer to number 3 is 8.37. But go ahead and pause, see if you get those. If you don't, you can continue. Oh, sorry, I think the area here is 8.35, but I'll check it. Again, pause, then check your answer. If you didn't get it, you can watch the video. Okay, so first you have to find S for number 2. S was 40. It's 1/2 20 plus 30 plus 30. We get 40. You plug it into the formula. So I got the square root of 80,000 for K. So what is the square root of 80,000? I got 282.84 meters squared. And because I gave you meters as a unit, you need to have that here in your final answer. For the last one, I didn't give units. I don't have units here, but I did get 8.35 as my answer. But notice, before you could do that, you first had to use the law of sines to find a missing side length. So I knew I could find angle B if I was given angle A and angle C. It's an ASA, so I need to make it into an SAS. So I first calculate angle B by subtracting from 180 degrees to get 15 degrees. Then I do sine of 15 is to the side opposite, which is 2.2. And then I goes as sine of 65 is to A. Of course, you could have done this one as well. I calculated A, I got A to be 7.7. And then I just plug in, here's my SAS right here, because A is 7.7. So I had to do 1/2 times 7.7. I used that entire decimal in my calculator. I actually didn't round it here. Times 2.2 times sine of 100 degrees, because this is the angle in between those two sides. So when I calculated all that, I get 8.35 units squared. You don't need to put the u squared, but you can if you want to. And that's it. So that's your final section. Should be an opportunity for you to go back and review if you were still questioning some of the other things, like ambiguous case. So we have an entire review day next period, and then of course you have your test. So during next class, you'll get your quiz results. You can see how you did, ask me questions, try to correct some of the misunderstandings you are having, and then we can go from there. So hopefully you did well and you're progressing. If not, then come see me during break or lunch as well. See you soon.